Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I just saw something come up on my feed from Johnny Arnett. We've covered some of his stuff prior, and I saw a thumbnail that showed Kevin Johnson, and he's my OG point guard for the Phoenix Suns. The guy was a badass. So it's called He Was Among the Best. And if he's going to pay tribute to Kevin Johnson, let's do this. So thanks for watching, everybody. Check out Johnny Arnett. I'm going to link the video down below, as I always do. Show him some love, show me some love, and stay towards the end. And we'll see what we're going to discuss in the comments. All right, here we go. Quick side bit. I just got done watching the Golden State Warriors light up the Lakers, and it was pretty nice. Of course, LeBron James didn't play. He was on, and Steph destroyed them. Clay came off the bench and was distributing the ball really good. And outside of that, what else do I have to say? Luka Doncic completely destroyed my Suns today, as he always does. He's our daddy, apparently. He just owns us. So, all right, here.
When we talk about the most underrated players of NBA
Let's go,
history, there are
KJ.
plenty of names to consider, but one that certainly doesn't get enough attention is Kevin Maurice Johnson.
The mayor of Sacramento, ex-mayor.
He played 12 seasons in the NBA, mostly as a member of the Phoenix Suns. And in that time, he left an impact on that fan base that lasts to this very day. But as for the NBA community as a whole, many have already forgotten just how talented this guy was. So to gain a proper appreciation for his legacy, we'll start as we always do, by taking it back to the beginning of his career.
By the way, how cool is this by Johnny? I've never seen a video on Kevin Johnson. I mean, nobody talks about him. He's one of those guys, like Steve Nash is going to be, where he didn't win a championship, so we forget he's one of the greatest point guards of all time. You know, KJ never got his respect. Almost won it with Barkley in '93, but couldn't quite get over the tower of joy.
Kevin Johnson was drafted with the 7th overall pick in the 1987 NBA draft by the Cleveland Cavaliers. The 6'1" guard was acquired by the Cavs with the intent of competing with a young Mark Price for the starting point guard spot. After 52
Yeah,
games
Mark
in
Price
his rookie
was
season,
a real one
Johnson
too.
had lost the battle of the starting position to Price, which resulted in the Cavs trading Johnson to the Phoenix Suns, where his minutes would dramatically increase. As a
I
22-year-old
wonder who he
in his
gave him.
sophomore season, which was his first full season with the Suns,
Cotton
he put up
Fitzsimmons.
remarkable numbers of 20.4 points, 12.2 assists, 4.2 rebounds, and 1.6.
Damn, dude. That's a good start. 1.7 steals. He's playing that D. He was quick. He was quick. 12.2 assists a game. That's a real point guard.
7
Damn.
steals on 50.5% shooting, which was good enough for him to be awarded the league's Most Improved Player award. As one of the team leaders, this amazing year-long performance propelled the Suns to a 55-27 record and into the Western Conference Finals, where they were eventually eliminated by the Los Angeles Lakers. That was far from Kevin's fault, though, as he put up over 20.
Yeah, this rivalry between the Suns and the Lakers, it goes deep, you guys. It goes all the way back to the 80s. As far as my time, we've been hating the Lakers since the 80s.
3 points and 12 assists in the playoffs as well. In this
23.
year, which again was only his second season, he became one of
All right, so he pretty much had the same numbers, but he bumped up his scoring by about 3 a game. A little, yeah, another half assist a game. Kept that defense going. True shooting percentage. Yeah, man. KJ was
only
a
3
beast.
players in NBA history to have averaged over 20 points and over 12 assists in the same season. Kevin's incredible breakout into the
Bang.
NBA was powered by his many talents.
He was
a
strong.
slasher who was fantastic at finishing around the rim and capable of consistently finishing over defenders a foot taller than him.
Yeah,
He was a
and sometimes dunking on their heads.
great ball handler, but he was also an elite passer whose all-time great vision and facilitating have been somewhat lost and forgotten among the NBA community over time. Kevin is one of those rare stars whose prime actually occurred in his early 20s. From 1999 to 1992, Johnson was one of the best point guards in the entire league, averaging 21.2 points, 11.1 assists, 3.8 rebounds.
Yeah. That's a well-rounded point guard because he's getting you 21 a game, but he's also getting you 11 assists per game, and he's a blocker on the defensive end. Shoot. Guys, was he better than Steve Nash because he held his own on the defensive end and he was tougher? I mean, a few less assists, a few less points. But was he better? Shit, he wasn't as fun to watch, but chime in on that. Chime in on that on the comments.
And 1.6 steals on 50% shooting. Compare that 4-year stretch to a 4-season stretch of Magic Johnson's career in which he won 2 championships, and we begin to gain a perspective on just how impressive Kevin was.
Son of a bitch. Damn, man. Comparing him to one of if greatest point guard of all time. What the hell? He's right there.
During that
All he's missing is 5 rings.
time in his career. In 3 of those seasons, Kevin consecutively averaged at least 20 points and 10
Kurt
assists.
Rambis.
He's one of only 4 players in NBA history to average at least 20 points and 10
Mr.
assists
Chambers.
for 3 straight seasons. Russell Westbrook, Isaiah Thomas, and Oscar Robertson are the only other 3 players who accomplished the feat. He was consistently leading the Suns to over 50 win seasons, but they were repeatedly coming up short in the second round
Look at
or
that.
conference finals. That was until the summer of 1992 when they acquired
Cedric
Charles Barkley in a
Ceballos,
trade from the
Oliver
Philadelphia
Miller,
76ers.
AC
The
Green,
combination of Barkley,
Danny
Johnson,
Ainge, Dan
and
Marley,
dominated
Tom
the
Chambers.
Western Conference. With that being said, in October,
Man, anybody other than the Jordan Bulls in '93, the Suns would have killed any other team that year. Like with MVP Barkley on top of this team, that was like a sure win. If they would have peaked 1 year later, instead of the Houston Rockets doing it when Jordan was retired, they would have beat anybody. They were so damn good that year.
early into the season, Johnson suffered a sports hernia in what would be an ongoing issue later into his career. Regardless,
That's right.
he helped lead the team for most of the regular season, on their way to a 62-20 record, which was the best record in the NBA, and a trip to the NBA Finals where they would face Jordan, Pippen, and the Chicago Bulls.
Jordan, the dream crusher of the '90s, man. Killing our dreams too, but I was a Jordan fan, but I was more of a Suns fan. That was a really hard championship for me, '93. Jordan, my all-time favorite player, my idol, the reason I was playing basketball, um, going against my hometown Phoenix Suns. It was a hard series to watch, but I got to tell you the truth, I was kind of rooting for Jordan. But it still hurts to this day because, in hindsight, that was our best chance of ever winning a ring.
They pushed Chicago to 6 games with all of their stars playing up to their usual standards. But Jordan and the Bulls were ultimately too much, adding Kevin Johnson to the long list of players who would have been an NBA champion if Jordan hadn't gotten in the way.
Yeah, Jordan was averaging like 40-something points a game that series, if I'm not mistaken. Like that was his best finals ever, stat-wise. It was just ridiculous.
Heading into the next season, Johnson proved once again that as good as he is in the regular season, he's usually even better in the playoffs. After winning 56 games in the regular season, Johnson raised his game in the playoffs, averaging 26.6 points, 9.6 assists, and 3.5 rebounds.
Okay, so his assists go down slightly, but he gets more aggressive with the shooting. He gets the shit done. Shooting percentage still great, and his steals went down a little bit too. So it sounds like he was using a little more energy as far as scoring goes.
On 45.8% shooting. The very next year, in the 1995 playoffs, Johnson...
Okay, all right, his shooting percentage went down too. Let's be fair.
Johnson averaged 24, 9, and 4 on an incredible 57.3% shooting.
All right, his shooting percentage didn't go down there. Damn, 57%.
Which included epic performances against the eventual champion, Houston.
Look at that. We saw a few minutes ago him dunking on Patrick Ewing. Now he's dunking on Hakeem. Like, the guy was a beast. 6'1", I think.
He dropped 43 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds, and 3 steals on 18 of 24 shooting. And in the deciding
18 of 24.
He added 46 points and 10 assists, which ultimately was just 1 basket short of defeating Hakeem and the Rockets. People correctly remember that Charles Barkley was the best player on the Suns during the majority of his career there.
Fuck you, Mario Elie, by the way. The kiss of death. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. I kind of still hate the Rockets, even though I love one. and I like the Trace McGrady, Yao Ming era of the Rockets. But man, I hate them like as much as I hate the Lakers because they killed us, and then the Spurs too. Even though I respect the hell out of the Spurs, love the organization. I hate them for ruining our MVP Nash era. We couldn't get over the hump.
But many have forgotten or just never realized that there were some instances, like this series against the Rockets, where Kevin legitimately looked like the best player on the court. Unfortunately, Johnson's hernias and general injuries were beginning to catch up with him, as he missed a total of 109 regular season games during his 4 seasons with Charles Barkley as a teammate. At the end of the 1998 season, Kevin's health had declined to such a point where he was ready to retire at the young age of 32.
Who was our backup point guard at that time? Was it Frank Johnson? Or was it what was his name? Sox. I can't remember his name right now. Fucking getting old. Put it in the comments. Y'all remember Sox? And am I right? Was it Frank Johnson or did Frank Johnson move on by 93, 94, 95? The hell is Sox? Damn.
Kevin didn't have a very long career by great point guard standards, and this is a major reason why you don't see him ranked very high on the all-time lists. Looking back at the totality of his career, he averaged 17.9 points, 9.1 assists, 3.3 rebounds, and 1.5 steals on 49.3% shooting, which is tremendously accurate by point guard standards.
I mean, for a point guard, that's amazing numbers. Absolutely, because he's doing his job and he's throwing in an extra 18 points a game. Yeah, I remember those All-Star years, All NBA well deserved. He was a driving force of our team. So 9 times we got 50 wins or more. Yeah, man, he did his job.
He was a 3-time All-Star, made 5 All-NBA teams, and other than his rookie season, Johnson made the playoffs in every single year of his career. Let me know in the comments section if you think Kevin Johnson is the most underrated point guard in NBA history, and if
Agreed.
not, who's more underrated than him. Thanks for watching as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more basketball content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Good vid. It's good. It's good to see some respect thrown towards Kevin Johnson. Um, yeah, I've got a couple things to talk about in the comments on this. So let's get to it. I want to discuss. Let's see what you guys remember. Um, and yeah, I mean, let's answer his question too. Is he the most underrated point guard of all time? I mean, he's definitely one of them. I feel like Steve Nash is going to be one of them. Um, yeah, I'll think about it and we'll discuss it in the comments. Thanks for watching, everybody. As usual, link for the original video is going to be down below. It's another great video by Johnny Arnett. If you haven't subscribed to him yet, I highly recommend you do it. Um, I'm glad I am. It's good stuff. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed to me and you enjoy my content, I'd really appreciate it. We just passed up 5,000 subs recently. I'm kind of shocked. It's actually really cool. So the community is growing. It's growing fast. Let's keep it going. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in a couple days. Peace.